Friday, feelings, 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 Friday, feelings. Way! Hiya, have you got that Friday feeling and you just can't keep it in? No way, no, fuck off. Piss off. Me too, me too, me too. Happy Friday. I love Man United, me. Absolutely love Man United. Best football team in the world, ever. Always loved them. I believe that the main thing that we can do as a population to reverse climate change is to go vegan overnight and force revolution on the way we farm. I think Jeremy Corbyn, God rest his soul, is the best Prime Minister we never had. I stand by the statement, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. And I think any developing country in the world has an obligation to feed any hungry children within it. And they're nice things. They're nice things to think and to believe. But honestly, those statements, those beliefs, those opinions have caused me more pain, frustration, anger than any level of joy or peace or enjoyment. I mean, the peace and the enjoyment, that already existed because that's how I feel about those things. But if I talk about them to anyone, then it just all starts to go tits up. So I think I've already mentioned before that I get pretty one-track minded about things, a little bit obsessive about stuff, and because of that, I've spent hours of my life in comment sections of the Independent article on this or that, arguing with fucking Karen from Kidderminster about why being empathetic is a useful trait or is an important trait to have. And it always just ends up with me being told to get a wash or get a job or something like that. And recently, a mentor of mine told me to just sack it all off. I'm like, you what, mate? What did you just say about the world's greatest football team? But then I think about it and I think, yeah, maybe he's right. So if Man United beat Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes, excellent pronunciation, with an 89-minute winner from Marcus Rashford, MBE, make me feel good. But what value did it really add to my life? I mean, particularly if I go on Facebook and talk about it. So even in a safe place, I could go to a Man United page and I could say, Marcus Rashford, you beast. And someone will comment and go, yeah, I can't believe he brought Pogba on. I'm like, he's a World Cup winner, and then boom, I'm arguing again. So to withdraw from football or party politics, I completely detached from party politics when we killed Corbyn, and instantly, like, mental health improved vastly as soon as I decided to stop being so political on Facebook. Similarly with All Lives Matter idiots, when I stopped arguing with All Lives Matter people, like, instantly felt lighter. Because, like, what difference was I actually making by doing those arguments? Like, did it generate me any money? Did it put food on my kids' table? In fact, it took time away from things that could have done that, you know? Did it make me feel better? Did it make me feel healthier? No, it stressed me the fuck out. It made me drink lots of Estrella, which then in turn made me not want to go running, which made me then feel shit about myself, which made me then be a different person, even if just slightly a different person for my kids and family and stuff like that. So it's really harmful. Don't get me wrong. I love Facebook. I love social media, but I think for me, I were just using it in the wrong ways for me, you know. And I've always tried to make a point of making my channel, if you like, a source of soundness and positive stuff and funny or whatever. But it just always ends up in a row somewhere. Like, here's an example. So I was you might have seen me share this Trading 212 app. Other trading apps are available. And someone shared a link with me going, do you want some free money? I'm like, hells yeah, I want some free money. And then I shared this link a few times and accidentally put a tenner in instead of a quid. But within, I think it's 3 weeks now, I've made that tenner into 300 quid, which is nice, you know. And I've obviously shared it to a few people as well, which is how I've got a lot of that money in. And then I've put it into Under Armour, and some guy commented on it going, well, that's not very vegan, isn't it? I'm like, what are you talking about, man? It's just a sports brand. What are you talking about? So I Googled it, and he's right. They sponsor hunting, which is shit, you know. But I didn't know that. Like, did you know that? I didn't fucking know that. And I'm thinking, like, is that the way to tell me that? You know, could have dropped a message. Could have popped a link on there that had the information, so I didn't have to go away and Google it myself. So not being very helpful, being antagonistic, trying to embarrass me or shame me or something like that. I mean, luckily I just don't care enough, you know. 2 weeks ago, that'd have pissed me right off, you know. I mean, it still did a bit, but I'm consciously trying to change the way I deal with other people's opinions. So I try to think of it this way, for example, if someone is shitty to me, right, and I know I didn't deserve it, which is most of the time, and I think maybe they've got this dog, right, and this dog's their only friend in the world, bless them, and every morning they wake up like, oh God, look at you, I love you, dog, I love you, I only wish you could talk, we could have a chat. And this goes on for weeks, months, years. Oh, morning dog. Oh, I wish you could talk. And 20 years into this, old dog this. Oh, yes, morning dog. Yeah, I wish you could talk. I can? Wow, fuck, wow. Yes, you can talk, finally. And the dog goes, fucking hate you, you prick. And shattered his whole world, you know what I mean? So maybe that happened. Maybe it didn't. Truth is, the reason that person's been shitty to me is none of my business. But what is my business is me. You know, the way I feel, or the things that I'm sharing, the motives behind the reasons that I'm sharing these things. So when I am sharing stuff on Facebook, I think I try to add some value, you know, try and share something and think to myself, is that useful to someone? Will someone be able to use that? Will it add value to anyone's life? Will it maybe it's just to cheer someone up, just a meme, Leonardo DiCaprio like that, with a scenario under, you know, going on. I like them memes. So is it positive? Is it useful? Does it add value? Pics of my kids, you know what I mean? That's useful. That adds value to my family. Obviously, they're not seeing my kids at the minute because of a pandemic. I know we've got half of us family live in Ireland, so they don't get to spend any time with the kids during all this, which is an absolute nightmare. That trading app, for example, I know I've added financial value to at least 17 people's lives, at least a tenner. I know one person earlier this week, got a free share for 100 quid. 100 quid, there you go. You're fucking welcome. My online business, obviously, that's that's for me, you know what I mean? That's going to generate me money and make money for my family and that. But if I acquire a customer, that means I've saved someone some money on their gas and electric, Virgin E or whatever. Saved them money, that's nice, isn't it? Value. And if I've introduced someone to the business, then that means I've helped someone get a new source of income, which is obviously really, really good for them. And there's a development side of that as well. That means they're probably going to be a better, better professionally, if not personally as well, on a personal level. Even these videos, like I hope that some of these videos, or when I used to do it as a post, I hope that that's added some value to at least one person a week. That'd be nice. But even if it didn't, it's valuable for me. Even this prep, even preparing it, just helps me. Like, I'm not working today, so I'm at home with these kids, and I've just spent a couple of days like having a look into this, and it's good for me. It's good for me. It's good for my mindset. It keeps me ticking on. You know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something good. And social media aside, in real life, just trying to cut out things that aren't adding any value to my life. Drinking, for example, on the au contraire. Yeah, it's just saving me a lot of money, helping me go running. I'm 5 days and counting. Woo! And it just makes me feel good, makes me focus on myself, makes me focus on my family and on my jobs, you know. I thought they were crying, they're not crying. So less distractions, no harmful behaviours. I don't want this to come across as preachy, by the way. Drinking might not be harmful for you. You know what I mean? You might be able to just drink and it's fine. You might be able to do a lot of other things that I can't, and that's absolutely fine. And what I'm talking about is what's good for me. So I'm not preaching. What I am saying is this: if something is a drain on your emotional well-being, if something's a drain on your mental health, if you think, for example, I need a break from social media, I've uttered those words many a time. You know, just make a list of the things that are causing these negative feelings, maybe the reasons that they're causing them. Because you might go, Facebook stresses me out. Maybe it's the conversations you're engaging with on Facebook. Maybe it's the way that you're using Facebook. Even drinking, you know, like if drinking's stressing you out, it might be the times you're drinking. It might be the reasons you're drinking. If you're drinking because you're stressed, that's red flag. But drinking to celebrate is perfectly normal, you know. And that's how I always fall back in. Celebrate, we, and then they'll celebrate for 4 days, you know what I mean? Anyway, make a list of all these things. Make a list of the reasons why. And then just look at them and go, is that important enough to carry on doing that thing? And if it's not, just sack it off. Sack it off, you know what I mean? Obviously, we're locked down. Tier 3. We made it to the top. Tier 3. And then at the end of Tier 3, we have to fight Boris, don't we? That's how we complete COVID. So, living in a time, we're locked down, staring at our 4 walls, a lot of people working from home, a lot of people cooped up. It's been months and months and months and months. Starts getting on top of you. So mental health is optimum at the minute. It's really important that we're looking after ourselves, making sure we're choosing behaviours and activities and you know, consuming things that are only going to benefit us positively. If that's Man United and you think that Man United adds value to your life, watch it, watch more, get involved, you know what I mean? If turning people to veganism and converting one person to veganism every single day adds value to your life, and I can see why that would, do it, you know what I mean? But if getting involved in political debate and arguing with people in the comments section, if that leaves you frustrated, angry and disillusioned with society, sack it off. You do you, yeah? What's working for your mate? What's working for your enemy? What's working for people on Facebook? What's working for people in general? It doesn't You don't have to do that if it doesn't work for you. You know what I mean? Create your own mold. Everybody's different, aren't they? Everybody feels good about different things. Everybody benefits from different things. So if it's not working for you, evaluate it. If it's no good, fuck it off. You do you, essentially, be that on social media. And the reason I mention that so much is because we're kind of locked down. Isolation, no celebrations. And then you've got to, and so you spend half your time looking at your phone, talking to people virtually and that. So I mention social media a lot. But yeah, just make sure that if Facebook's stressing you out, why? If it's just because people in general are dicks, you might just want to have a break or delete it. Instagram's a nice friendly place, maybe, for you. But yeah, so you do you, I'll do me, they'll do them, and everyone else is just going to do themselves as well. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense? I just want to look after you. Just want to be your internet dad, that's all. Oh, Friday feelings. Friday feelings. Got that Friday feeling, just can't keep it in. Fuck off, me too, piss off.